lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Do you have an upcoming event? Well, I encourage you to book Beyond Defense Family for an amazing experience. Beyond Defense is a talented group of men and women who have toured the world to display their talents of song and ministry. Did I forget to mention multi-award winners? They're your one-stop shop for making your event the best in the city. Book Beyond Defense today at beyonddefense.org. Click Menu, then Contact. Beyond Defense, your audience will thank you.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio. And you better be smiling.
Beyond the Fence is in the building.
Hey, welcome to another beautiful Sunday right here on Beyond the Radio. Shout out to the Elation family. We love you, we love you, we love you, we love you. Shout out, we thank God for you. Yes, we thank everyone who come in to Beyond the Radio and be a blessing every week. And we're just going to get straight to it. Shay Samuels, because we have a wonderful night. We have a wonderful show tonight. Shay Samuels, are you in the building?
Shay Samuels is in the building.
Are you ready for tonight? Are you ready for tonight?
I am ready. I'm ready for tonight. I'm ready for tonight. I'm ready for tonight.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to fly high.
Oh, that was that fly high. That's my cut. Got my man in it. He coming. But first, but before we do that, Shay, how have your week been? How was your 4th of July?
My 4th of July was very restful. I actually slept. Probably one of the first holidays that I had an opportunity to just get some rest and then visited some family, but just for the food. I'm ashamed I was one of those people yesterday. That just went to go get some food, and but I relaxed. So I had a great 4th of July. My week was very productive. We just do a lot when it comes down to Beyond the Fence, and even though it's a holiday, our work never stops. So although it was a holiday, we still work. Yes.
That's what I did. I sat back and just, really got me some rest. I had fun. I just, spent time with my 4-year-old daughter, and I just ate my little barbecue and I just rested. So that was definitely a blessing, but that was a good holiday for me, just to rest. So, with that being said, Jerry Truto, Illinois, you in the building.
I'm in the building. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, Truto.
Hey, Shay, how you doing?
I am well, and I'm smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and you know what it is. If you not smiling, Truto, what they got to do?
Get off the line. Bye-bye.
Get off the line. If you ain't smiling, you
smile on your face.
Yeah. Hey, Shay, I was so hyped. I didn't even, you can tell we both were smiling. I ain't even trying to remind nobody. I'm happy you did it.
I got you.
Y'all better be smiling or else it's going down. That's right. So Truto, how was your firecracker day?
Man, it was wonderful. Pop firecrackers with the kids, cooked so much food. I just almost slept all day today. I was just too full. But I finally got up, though. We had a good time, man.
Did the kids run you rugged, my brother? Did the kids run you rugged?
Yeah, they did until we found out. We was out there popping and a snake came up. And, man, I kind of froze because I don't like snakes. But my friend Gertis, he took a shovel and killed it. So that was kind of exciting to some of the kids. It scared me.
True in the building. So, man, let's get straight to it. Because we have a wonderful guest tonight. Man, the song that came on, man, shout out to myself, David Benton. But you know what? Shout out to Marcus Boyd. Man, shout out to Christopher Baby Boy Wright. Man, shout out to, Why Say for President. Shout out to Giddy, who was on the chorus. Shout out to Jay Bush, man, who's coming out with a fantastic project called Full Beard, man. I got a chance to, be blessed enough to listen to this brother, man. It was a blessing to have all these brothers on Fly High, but the main one, man, awesome brother who was on there, and he had the third verse on Fly High. And the things he said is, I have just the power behind the message. And the thing, what I love about him is it's his real person. It's not him just being a rapper. It's his real personality. It's how he really thinks. And that's what I love about him. So with that being said, Mr. Kobayashi, are you in the building?
Yeah. I'm in the building. What's happening?
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Bro, man, I just want to tell you again, I appreciate you for lacing the track on Fly High. Definitely, man, was well put together verse. You put a lot of thought in it, so I want to salute you with both hands, King, and tell you I thank you and I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate you too, man. I was glad to be a part of it.
Yes, sir. So, man, let's get straight to it, Mr. Kobayashi. The first thing that people want to know, Mr. Kobayashi, where in the world did you get Mr. Kobayashi from? Because we can't even spell Mr. Kobayashi.
Well, of course, you know my name is Kobe from growing up with me, but Mr. Kobayashi came from my movie The Usual Suspects. There was a character on there that his name was Mr. Kobayashi, and he was, I just loved the way they portrayed his character, and so I just kind of adopted the name.
So why couldn't be something like MC Kobe?
Well, I don't know. I think it was probably one of those things. Say it again.
or MC Kobe, or like, Young is in right now. You got Young Jeezy and, Young MC. Why couldn't it be Young Kobe or something,
I knew I'd grow up. I knew I'd grow up eventually, and then I couldn't be young.
Oh, man. That's my guy, man. But you see what I'm saying, guys? There's so much power behind everything you say. Even that was well thought out, and it just makes sense what you think. You see what I'm saying? This is the minds of the people that I want people like him to be a part of, because it makes so much sense, and he's so intellectual and a smart man. Shay, do you have anything to say to Mr. Kobayashi? Because
yes, of course.
He's a man of intellect, and I respect him very much. So I'm passing the baton, Jay.
Well, let me first just say thank you for coming on with us tonight, Mr. Kobayashi. Like, it is amazing because I had an opportunity to hear your full project that we're going to be talking about tonight, and we do have some songs that we're going to be playing, but like David said, you are a man of intellect, and your music, like our music, has a lot of purpose, and you don't meet a lot of artists who have messages in the music, right? You have people who go to the beat. You have people who understand, who really don't understand that the messages are still powerful. So when you were doing this, before we get a chance to hear some of your music, can you first, which David didn't ask, so I'm going to ask, can you first tell the people not only where you're from, but even the messages behind your music, how you create those messages?
Okay. Well, I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, and as it pertains to my music, I mean, I just kind of share my experiences, and my mind is always working and thinking of things. And what I wanted to do was create music that reflected that, one, and then also that challenged people to think for themselves and to think about ideas and things like that. So think different outside of the box, because the reason why I came up with Concept Ion, the album that I recently put out, was basically that I wanted to challenge concepts. We come into a world full of ideas and concepts that we didn't create ourselves, and sometimes we have to look at those and try to see if those concepts that we came into, are they right for us? And so I wanted to say, look, think for yourself, think, and see if what we're doing is the right way to be doing it right now. So with that project, I wanted to make people do one of two things: either think or feel. So
That's really good. And how different would you say your music is from where you are now to where you begin? So what age were you first? Let's start there. What age were you when you first realized that music was a passion of yours?
Well, I mean, I was I think I was 12, 13 years old when I first started writing verses. And it was just for fun. It was something to do, pastime, to have, for entertainment. So I approached writing with the idea that, I could say anything and do anything just because it was entertainment. But as I got older, I started to realize that, these words do mean something. They are powerful. So I have to kind of adapt my position in a way to where I'm represented. I'm representing myself the way that I want to be represented. And so I've had a few transitions over the years from saying whatever I wanted to say with no holds barred, any kind of language, profanity, the whole nine. So to kind of stripping that out to be more responsible about the message that I'm presenting to people. And so, I was battle rapping and, in my verses and things like that, writing verses for, kind of battling people and things like that. And that wasn't always constructive. It was somewhat destructive. And then one of the things that really helped me to move into the direction that I'm in now was that I had a bunch of different songs on the CD, and this person that I met that I really respected, I really appreciated him. He wanted to hear some of my music, and I was partially ashamed to share some of the music that had the profanity. Yeah, it had this word. I didn't want him to think of me a certain way because I was like, man, I respect this person, and I was like, man. So I didn't want to share that. I mean, I did share the music, and it wasn't a big deal, but I was like, I felt convicted that, what was representative of me on the album wasn't who I wanted to be. So
wow, and that says a lot. It says a lot. It does say a lot because when you think about the music you're putting out, also you might have been ashamed because of someone that you looked up to, but then think about the many people that it was impacting at the time that you were sharing it. And so I'm appreciative of your message. Before I pass the baton, I want to let you know that one of my favorite songs is Easy Route.
You like Easy Route? Okay.
Easy. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Ever since I put that the video out to Easy Route, a lot of people have really gravitated to that song because now they feel a connection to the song because it's so Knoxville. Because so much about our city.
You actually brought me into Knoxville with this song, though, because now some of the places, and that's what videos and music should do. It should make you want to visit the places that you've seen. But what I loved about the video, the song is very smooth, but what I loved about the video itself, and I told you this before, but for those of you who don't, this video is on YouTube. It is called Easy Route by Mr. Kobayashi, and we'll spell it out for you guys towards the end. But what I love about it is that you took us on a journey. You didn't just talk about the Easy Route, but you took us on a journey, and I was able to see, parts of Knoxville that would make me want to visit those parts. You know what I mean? I mean, simple things like a car wash. Like, how did you think about that? How did you think about that? Did you just say, like, I'm going to get all my boys and I'm going to just go ahead and visit all of was it a strategy to it in the video, or was it just how you moved?
Well, it was just part. It was like the car wash was actually one of the lines in the song. That's kind of how I opened up the verse, was with the barbershop and the car wash, two staples in the community. And I was like, well, if I speak about them, I wanted to highlight them and they're black-owned businesses. So I wanted to make sure that I put out something that supported black business. And So I just wanted to, and the more I got into it, I was thinking, like, I want to represent more black businesses, and I wanted to show the different things that we have to offer in East Knoxville, in my community where I grew up. So, and what was interesting was even finding out more black businesses as I was on this journey. So those places that I didn't even have planned for the video ended up in the video. So. So that was
and
that
how
was kind of
powerful is
interesting.
that in the time that we're in right now? Isn't it powerful because of the time we're in right now? So, so I appreciated that, and I knew personally that probably was what you were doing as far as highlighting the Black businesses. But we want our listeners to identify with who you are, what your purpose is. And, you know, again, there's a lot of people who put music out. There's a lot of people who do videos with no purpose whatsoever. So I personally want you guys to make sure that you connect with him, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'm going to pass the baton over to Mr. Jerry Truto Allen before we go to this music break.
What's going on, Mr. Kobayashi?
Not much. Just happy to be here.
You know what? I tell you, I listen to the Image of God, and me, I'm a music man, so I gotta ask you this question, man. Your sound, what do you get that sound from? The productions are wonderful, brother. I really wonderful.
Okay, thank you. The homie Jay Bush, he actually produced the entire project. And especially with Image of God was kind of like an anomaly, really, because the verse from Image of God actually came from what they call the 30-16 challenge, where every day for 30 days you're supposed to write a 16-bar verse and then just kind of put it out there. And so that verse was from that challenge. And Jarius came up to me and said, "Hey, man, I want to make a beat for that, and you can just do spoken word." I was supposed to present it as a spoken word piece, so that's how I opened it up. But once he played the beat for me that he was crafting, and I was like, "There's no way I can get on this boom bap beat and not rap." so when I heard it, I opened it up with the spoken word, and then when that beat dropped, I went into the verse and kind of crafted my flow around that and tried to deliver it, you know, to the rhythm of the beat, and it just came all together. It was a successful, you know, attempt at, you know, we didn't know what we were going to get, but then once he provided the production and we put it together, I was like, oh man, I love it. So that's what we have.
No doubt, man. Listen,
go ahead, Truto.
I was just going to say, I want to just encourage everybody, please go check this brother out. I tell you, man, you're going to truly be blessed. I love your music, brother. I got to tell you that one more. I love your music, man.
Thank you.
Hey, keep it up, man. Please. Yes.
I'll try.
And with that being said, Mr. Kobayashi, we're gonna go to a couple of selections, and when we come back, man, we're gonna talk about those selections in depth, how it can really apply to your life. So let's go to the music. I know how we do it.
Street lights casting shadow puppets inside my window. Struggling with Romans 9:12. Lost in thoughts, staring at the ceiling. Realizing I don't know myself. Wondering if this could be the answer. Like never before, a faith's test. Speaking for every black man, woman, and child, my Lord, I have a question. Am I Esau? But to be honest, this is kind of scary. See, I was taught that a sin is a sin and you love us all the same, but I've been learning the contrary. Base my existence upon this concept, but that's not the message I receive when I read for myself. That could explain why so many chuck the deuces. Same time I understand why others make excuses. Like maybe he doesn't have the foundation to understand the message is lost in the translation. It's probably that plus 1,000 more combinations multiplied by the legions of demons that I've been facing. So I take a moment to witness these other races living heaven on earth while my people trapped in the matrix. Searching for guidance and answers within your pages. Then I come across this and I can't help but to think, am I Esau? Just say it. I'm a man, I can take it. Am I Esau? Just tell me the truth. It's okay, I can find my own way. Am I Esau? Just say it. Kept my faith through your slavery. Praise you after they hang me. Am I Esau? You said you would never leave or forsake me, but why does it feel like you hate me, Lord? You said you loved Jacob but hated Esau before either committed any deed. Likewise, me and my melanin brothers and sisters would be considered before conceived. You said you destroy everything you try to build, but looking at my neighborhood, thinking about how I should feel. Remember Trayvon got killed, they let him go, gave him a meal, he said it was God's will. And I've been waiting like 4, maybe 5 years for you to set the record straight and make your position clear. Should I keep waiting and remain patient, or have you made your decision? Cause God don't make no mistakes. And if that's really how you feel, then do I need your love if you don't make consequences for those who keep mistreating us? And tell me why I gotta die before I see your blessings. And that's the reason I'm battling with this question. Am I Esau? Just say it. Just say it. I'm a man, I can take it. Am I Esau? Just tell me the truth. It's okay, I can find my own way. Am I Esau? Just say it. Kept my faith through your slavery. Praise you after they hang me. Am I Esau? You said you would never leave or forsake me, but why does it feel like you hate me, Lord? Sunlight making patterns out of stainless windows. Struggling with Romans 9:12. Lost in thoughts staring at the ceiling. Realizing I don't know myself. Wondering if this could be the answer. Like never before, my faith is tested. Speaking for every black man, woman, and child, my Lord, I have a question. Up in the morning, feeling like a million. Knowing your life ain't always perfect, but it's still worth living. Or do you watch some of those comic book movies full of the famous superheroes and you realize you're more like the villain? Is it because behind that mask you see humanity? Understanding the lines between ingenious and insanity? What if he never really had a chance to be more, or the resources to become everything that he had planned to be? What if it's just perception? Cause when you're face to face with your enemy, look in the eyes, who's that reflection? We go overseas to kill terrorists, but if we live there, what would we think about America? I done seen images of women and children dodging crumbling buildings and bombs. All the while they're praying to God. When I realize the victor gets to tell history and the glory. But have you considered the survivor side of the story? I love my country and all my people, but if I had to choose between the tree of life and the knowledge of good and evil, then I would certainly die knowing the truth, rather than spend eternity in a lie. To hope to spend eternity while I lie. We were made from His image, you and I. So when I see you, how can I not see my God? We was made from His image, but you and I. So when I see you, how can I not see my God? If God is love, and we're created in His image, when we see each other, love is what we should witness.
You make me whole, hey, cause I got something for you deep inside my soul. There's a reason for your being, let it show. Cause I need you like you need me, and that I know for sure. This love will grow. You make me whole. And I got something for you deep inside my soul. There's a reason for your being, let it show. Cause I need you like you need me, and that I know. This love will grow.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio, and you better be smiling.
Beyond the fences in the building.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Beyond the Radio. We are on with our guest artist tonight, Mr. Kobayashi. I'm excited because we have an amazing topic tonight that we're going to talk about. But first, we have to give a shout out to the sponsors. We want to first say shout out to Tess Hair Braiding out of Newark, Delaware. Tess, keep doing an amazing job. You guys know, we said it before, during this pandemic, a lot of these shops, hair braiding salons, beauty salons, they are shut down, and they are owned privately by just regular, normal people. They're not like the Walmarts and the Targets. So please, 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 please show them some love. Tess Hair Braiding. I don't care if you just go onto their website and just say, we are thinking about you, we're praying for you, or just sow a little seed. Also to AR Media, that's AR Media, Asante Rhodes, and Mr. Truto Allen for all of the graphic designs for BDF. So I want you guys to look them up. If you're looking for logos, any artwork, graphic artwork, we want you guys to look up Jerry Truto Allen. Make sure you reach out to him. Beyond the Fence, we're always in the building. So y'all ready for this topic?
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Tonight we are going to be talking about the God inside of all of us. David, if you have a better topic for it, for me, I'm just talking about the God inside. The reason why I say it is because, again, I'm just listening to Kobe. You really spit fire on Fly High, and when you said it, your music definitely challenges people to think. You guys heard, is it M.I. Esau or is it just Esau?
Esau. It's just Esau.
Esau. When I first heard that song, it made me, like, I literally asked David to rewind it. Like, play it back. Play it back. Because it makes you think. It makes you think. I mean, and it's not in a negative way. You get what I'm saying? You probably were asking questions that most people were afraid to ask their pastors, because they're afraid of judgment, or they're afraid of someone saying that they've lost their Christianity, or, somebody might even say there's a demon inside of them because they are asking the questions. But it was real. It was so real. And so tonight we're going to be talking about the God inside of all of us. And so I'm going to start with Esau, because that was a real song. If you guys didn't hear it, please make sure you go get it. But for me, that was a real song. What was your thought process behind the creation of the song? I can tell you what I got out of it, but what did you want people to get out of it?
Well, for me, I had the idea, but because I struggled with the scriptures of, the story of Jacob and Esau with God. I struggled with that story because growing up you hear God loves us all the same. And then you come across scripture that says God loved Jacob and hated Esau before they were even born, basically. In those, I mean, and that's just the way, of course there's more context around all of that. But just reading that on the surface, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe there's something there that I'm not understanding. The important part to me about it was just like trying to find out how to talk to God about it, because it's like you're vulnerable at that point. It's like, wait a minute, are you who I thought you were as God? Or you're God? Like, what if I'm Esau? What does your love mean for somebody like Esau? So when you look at our community and when you look at the things that have gone on with Black people all across the world, then you start to think like, man, are we cursed? Is there something going on bigger than what we can control? And so it was just me talking to God and saying, like, what do we have to do? Like, who are we to you? And so it was just my way of being vulnerable and trying to challenge myself to have the courage, because, like, it was hard for me to even write that song. Like, I literally was afraid to write it, let alone record it and put it out. So there was a lot of tension internally with me in even creating that song. And so it's like, well, actually me and Bush, we talked about it, and he was like, you got to do it. Because, like, basically, like, and it was like I knew I had to do it. I was like, I got to give myself a chance, because if I have these questions, then I'm not the only one. And so
right.
it was like, you got to put it out there, and I tried to find a way to put it out there to where it was like, it would cause people to think and feel a certain type of way and think, hey, what does this mean to me? So.
Yeah.
So,
and then you said that's what your music is all about too.
Yeah, thinking and feeling, making you think and making you feel and that feeling could be like going back to childhood, something that made you feel good, or make you feel chills from something that brings back a spirit of hopefulness, or something that'll make you feel good. So, but I am interested in hearing how it made you feel.
Well, for me, it actually put me in a place to really question the same things that you were just talking about. It's more from a perspective of our communities. It really came from the perspective of our communities, because here, when you are partnered with David Benton, you've grown up with him just about, his ministry, what he's about in the communities, and for so many years, he's talked about. The way that if God loves us so much, why do we go through some of the things that we go through in the communities? If God is so powerful, why aren't we being saved from the things that we are should be saved from? And the same thing, are we cursed, right? And so when I heard it, if I had heard this song before being taught over the last 2 years, I would have been like, this person is crazy. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. Like, if I had heard this song before I actually, all of my teaching with David, like, I would have said, this person is crazy, right? Like, why would you question God that way? But then when you start seeing all of this life unfold in front of you, and how our people are being treated, and how the world, the prejudices, it goes beyond what we read in the Bible, right? And so some people will tell you to just keep praying about it. Some people will keep saying, God, we need you more. And then it's like, but why us? So when I heard it, you put that in front of me. You put the reality. And again, I've heard this before, just never in song. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're around David Benton, then you're going to hear this. It's inevitable that you're going to hear what you rapped about. But the way that you guys deliver the messages, you guys have the same messages. You have a different way of delivering. You guys have the same message. You have a different way of delivering it. So for me personally, it woke me up to everything that I had been learning over the last couple of years, and it just made sense to me. So I appreciate the song.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Truto. I see you over there in the cut, Truto. I know you're. I know that foam coming out your mouth right now, and you're slobbering, because I know you have something powerful. I know you have something powerful. Let's talk about it. It's on you.
You know what? I really, like I said, made in God's image. Oh, wow, man. That hit me up, Kobe. I've always read, we created in God's image. We're the only ones that like this, uniquely made. We have this capacity for reasoning and choice and memory and understanding and will, But I always wonder that we regard it so high in God's eyes according to Bible scripture. I feel the same way. How do you feel about what we go through so much, but being told we are rulers and kings and queens, but we still have to travel down this real dark road?
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the struggle, is that when you know that you're great and your people are great, and but you see the reality of how we are seen by other cultures, and even sometimes within our own culture that we're seen as less than. And so just trying to figure out, like, all right, if we're made in God's image, then God has given us the strength and the power and the tools and resources that we need already. And I think probably part of the challenge that we've had is that we've been taught to look external for for our opportunity to get out of our situation, and we end up waiting or missing opportunities because we haven't acted. And I think if we tap into that God inside us, then we'll learn that we already have what we need to be able to do whatever it takes to get the job done, to be able to become rulers and leaders, and to be what we need to be as God has called us to be.
Yes, and you know what, Coach? I want to piggyback off that. I think it's important for people to understand that this is not to discredit the God, the Creator. When we say the God is inside of you, what we saying is you have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. You can't use the God outside of you, the Creator. You know, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You can't use that God as an enabler. You can't say, God, well, this is what I want, God, and this is what I want to do with my life, God. And you begging and you on your knees and you're speaking in tongues. And guess what? If you're not making a move, then you cannot create your own heaven right here on earth because you're not doing anything with it. Like you're blessed and favored, you have skills, you have commitment, you have truth, and you have knowledge, and you're a good person. But if you're not moving in the right direction, it's not going to happen for you no matter how much you pray, because you got to use wisdom. You got to have knowledge. And in order to use good wisdom, you got to have the proper knowledge.
And part of that, I believe, is faith. They say faith without work is dead. And if you don't put in the work, if you don't put in that, so it's like if we believe God, the Creator, is what He really is, then maybe we should believe that He's given us what we need already.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing is like, So and the other part of the image of God is seeing God in other people. So it's like, how can I hate you if I love God and I can see God in you? So that's the other thing. It's like, how could I want less for you? How can I look at you and not love you if we have the same thing in common, which is the Creator, God? And so,
and we're really made in His image.
Yes.
Think about it. We create, Kobe. We create as well. We create just like God made us create. We're made so much in His image, His likeness. We create and create and create. And guess what? We have things that come from nothing into something. And we call that thought. A thought out of nowhere. And when we put that thought into action, it comes to life, right? But it started from a thought. We turned something that came from nothing.
Yep.
So every day is like a new invention. Every day is like a new invention. Think about it. Think about the vehicle, the automobile. When somebody thought of that, the elements didn't just fall from the sky.
No.
It was already here. They took the resources that was already here and applied it and created something, right? It wasn't in nobody's imagination to come with an automobile until it was invented. Well, that came out of thin air. That means that's how God works in us. So it shows we have that much power if we think. But we have to think. We have to use our ability to think because that's a gift from God, the Creator, right? Because we're made in His image and His likeness, but we're not acting as such. And that's why I love that song, man. And that's why we're out here motivating and helping. And we talk about our culture as black people because we see our culture in the worst condition. So if you see your culture in the worst condition, of course you're going to come to the rescue of the culture, so at least to the best of your ability. Is that pretty much along your lines as well, Mr. Kobayashi?
Yeah, it is. Yes, that's the way I see it. It's like we see our community struggling in a lot of areas and just in general. And, you want to put on that superhero cape and save it. But but we also have to encourage us to be able to save ourselves, like, because, it's like you can give a man a fish or you can teach him how to fish. So we have to teach ourselves how to get up and stay out of these negative situations. And we have to be able to walk righteously and to encourage each other and to unify and to tap into the God inside to do it.
Awesome, man. Shay, as I always hear your ministry, Shay, in your ministry, you always talk about purpose. And one thing about the God in you, you must know your purpose.
Yeah.
So Shay, that song, it made me think about that. When you talk about the God, how God is in us like that.
Mhm.
I think what you think about that, because I think that's a lot. And then Kobe said it too. It's like when you see God in other people, you realize that it's so much greater than our selfishness. Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a purpose. We all have a purpose. But do we acknowledge or value that we all have a specific purpose? Because we look down as if so much this person is so much greater than the next, and I think that's where the tug of war comes in. So Shay, can you really, you think you can get the balance on that song and the walking out your purpose?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Kobe said it the best. He said, I mean, we all say it all the time, faith without work is dead. And so, there's a point of time in our lives, and I used this example before, me being a singer. I can give, credit to God all day for, people say, oh, woman of God, that was a great, service, or it was a great song. And I used to, to God be all the glory, to God be all the glory. And the more I worked with my purpose and in my purpose, I realized that God had given me the ability to do just what I'm doing. So although the gift comes from God, the work comes from me. And I had to realize that I can't be ashamed to say that, because that's people seeing the God in me. And that's all about purpose. So if I didn't work out and condition myself to breathe properly when I'm up on the platform, nobody's going to come to me and say, oh, woman of God, that was a great show. They're going to talk about how tired I was. But let's be honest, though, because if that was God up there with me, then God would make sure that I'm not out of breath, right? So there's work that has to be done in order for us to take, ownership of our purpose and to really work, that is a part of our purpose. But the balance of it is we do have to understand that God has given us the gift, and it's up for us to manage the gift and to maintenance it, to properly use it. Gifts can be used for good and evil, right? Mm-hmm. So, so it can, right? And so with that, I believe that it just really, you have to identify with the purpose, but you have to also understand that with purpose, the gift that God gave you, God gives you the gift, but it's up for us to actually understand how to utilize that gift. And I think that that's where people kind of slip up a little bit. They might say something like, David, they might say something like, I can't do this without God, right? I can't do this. I can't do this without God. I can't breathe without God. Well, there's a lot of people out there breathing without God. There's a lot of people who don't believe in God, and they're breathing every day.
Yes. Yes.
So, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, I was just saying, with that being said, for the sake of time, I really want to go to a couple of more selections by Mr. Kobayashi, because he do have a powerful message. So let's go to the music.
Man, play some music.
Like Truto.
I'ma need some answers. I'ma need some answers.
me insane. And the first of the things that comes to mind is the hurt and the pain, like when someone dies, and the tears in the eyes of the loved ones left behind, and no one on this earth to blame for the natural disasters. What about famine, poverty, war, disease? What about terrorism? What about racism, police brutality? Surrounded by a world full of hatred, feeling like I'm living in a matrix. But how can I be a man of faith if I don't recognize your greatest creations? Like every man, woman, and child, and every day how a baby is born. Or the overwhelming feeling you get every moment that you hold one in your arms. What about your first love and your first kiss going off on a family trip? That old friend you ain't seen in a long time. Or when your team win the championship. Maybe it's just the little things in life, like waking up to the sunshine, or that day off after a long week just to kick back and unwind. So many things to think about, to be grateful for, but I know I'm running out of time. He interrupts me and says, do you have your question yet? I told him, yes, Lord. Why?
I don't wanna win tomorrow. I'ma need some answers today. Knowing that my time is borrowed, so I don't have a second to wait.
Had a dream last night that I died with the heaven to God, and he said I could ask one question
today.
One question.
Got a couple questions for you, but it's hard 'cause I don't wanna win tomorrow. I'ma need some answers today, knowing that my time is borrowed and I don't have a second to waste. I don't wanna win tomorrow. I'ma need some answers today. Got a couple questions for you, but it's hard 'cause I don't know what to say.
Had a dream last night that I died, went to heaven, talked to God, and he said I could ask one question. Am I Esau? Am I Jacob? Am I Lot? Am I Job? Am I Jesus? Am I Judas? Am I Simon? Am I Cole? Are you Yahweh? Horus? Amen-Ra? Buddha? Allah? Jehovah? Elohim? Hallelujah? Are you Mary? Martha? Esther? Or Ruth? Are you Hathor? Isis? Are you me? Am I you? That you made us in the image of your love. Where's heaven? Where's hell? Did you make them for us? Are you Jah, Osiris, Adonai?
Newly released body cam video shows the deadly police shooting of a black man.
There is growing outrage tonight after an unarmed African-American was shot and killed.
Declined to bring charges against a white police officer in the death of an unarmed black man.
Something about the skin, yo. Such a beautiful struggle in every shade. Got a story that it touches in my kinfolk. We know the gift and the curse, and more so when we're living our worth. Something about the skin, the melanin. Said it's something about the skin, yo. Can't recognize the beauty itself, and that's the reason why it's seen as a threat. Something about the skin. I was 6 when I didn't want to be black no more. That's right. I hated the way I seen we were treated. Not only on TV, but on the daily. You wasn't born with the skin, probably wouldn't believe it. Probably not. Yeah, often feeling defeated. Do well on the test, still questions on if I cheated. Teachers thinking I'm lying or guilty of something without a reason. Self-worth being depleted. Yeah. Like this girl in my class, got the courage to approach. Stop short the moment I heard her say, she like one of my friends, only problem is he's black. Skin got in the way, something inside me changed. Didn't want to play outside too long, afraid to drop a couple shades. Even at an early age, I started to see my friends that was darker had it harder than me. Something about the skin, yo. Such a beautiful struggle in every shade. Got a story that it touches in my kinfolk. We know the gift and the curse, and more so when we live in our world. Something about the skin, yo. Yeah. Melanin. Said it's something about the skin, yo. Can't recognize the beauty itself, and that's the reason why it's seen as a threat. It's something about this skin.
You don't have to worry about your children. I worry about my son. And I worry about other little black boys and girls.
I remember sitting on the edge of my mother's bed, watching the government drop bombs on Philadelphia buildings. From helicopters, firefighters watch flames engulf city blocks. Black men, women, and children inside. Witnesses say they tried to escape. Cops opened fire, forced burned alive. 11 died, 5 children. Some around the same age as I at the time. Now I'm traumatized, so much so it became a normal occurrence. Seeing my people beaten, so I detached though, until I no longer had to imagine the same happening to me. All I felt was me, crushing the side of my cheek. 2 other cops grabbing my feet and twisting. Every time I would flinch from the pain, they'd inflict more. Then yell, sorry, something about this end, y'all. Such a beautiful struggle, and every shade got a story that'll touch to my kinfolk. We know the gift and the curse, and more so when we're living our work. Something about this end, y'all. Yeah, melanin. Said it's something about this end, y'all. Can't recognize the beauty itself, and that's the reason why it's seen as a threat. Something about this
Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. You should ask yourself who taught you to hate being what God gave you.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio.
Welcome to Beyond the Radio, and you better be smiling.
Beyond the fences in the building.
Yeah, I told you tonight. Yes, I told you we had a great show. Shout out to my main man right here, our special guest tonight, Mr. Kobayashi, my main man, straight out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you
Appreciate it.
Man. Thank you for coming, my brother. Thank you for allowing me to be your host tonight, man. And it's definitely an honor to have you tonight. Man, please, man, tell everyone, man, where can they find you? Tell us where can we connect with you?
I'm on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. KOBEKANE Music. So it's Kobe Kane Music. YouTube, you can look up Kobe Kane Music or Mr. Kobayashi, MrKobayAshi. And just search for Mr. Kobayashi, Kobe Kane Music, and you'll find me. I'm everywhere. I'm on Spotify. I'm on DistroKid. I'm on iTunes, Apple Music, all of that. So just find me. My website, MrKobayashi.com. So you can find me anywhere. Just hit me up. I'm happy to interact. Happy to share music, and I got more coming along the way too. So looking forward to it.
Yes, man. Most of all, Kobe, I want to say shout out to you, man, because it's definitely a blessing to have a brother with your intellect. This is what this is about. Truto, I know you want to say something in closing.
Oh, yeah. First of all, Mr. Kobayashi, man, I enjoyed tonight, man, speaking with you and talking to you.
Thank you.
Listen, I want to end it tonight. I want to say this. He made us in his image. He breathed the breath of life in us, meaning he took what was in him and gave it to us. Then he gave us dominion over the creatures of the world. What else do we need, y'all? Let's use our tools. We got God in us. Let's use the God in us. We created by the Creator to be creators. Thank you, Mr. Kobayashi. I love tonight. I love all of y'all out there, y'all. Y'all be encouraged and be inspired, y'all. God bless.
Yeah, God bless. Thank you.
Miss Shay Samuels.
I just want to say thank you for coming on with us tonight. I love your music, and just keep up the great work.
I appreciate it.
Follow my man. Everything you heard, this is how this brother really is in real life. Shout out to the Elation family. This your main man, David Benton, Jerry Truto Allen, and Shay Samuels. We are in the building. This is Beyond the Radio, and y'all tune in every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And y'all know what time it is. We hang out. Where the music in it? I know how we do it. Where the music is. Where the music at? Where the music at?
Street lights casting shadow puppets inside my window. Struggling with Romans 9:12. 9 and 12. Lost in thoughts, staring at the ceiling. Realizing I don't know myself. Wondering if this could be the answer. Like never before, my faith is tested. Speaking for every black man, woman, and child, my Lord, I have a question. Am I Esau? Am I Esau? Am I Esau? Just say it. Just say it. I'm a man, I can take it. Am I Esau? Just tell me the truth. It's okay. I can find my own way, Lord. I come to you humbly seeking wisdom. But to be honest, this is kind of scary. See, I was taught that a sin is a sin and you love us all the same, but I've been learning the contrary. Base my existence upon this concept, but that's not the message I receive when I read for myself. That could explain why so many chuck the deuces. Same time I understand why others make excuses. Like maybe he doesn't have a foundation to understand the message is lost in the translation. It's probably that plus 1,000 more combinations multiplied by the legions of demons that I've been facing. So I take a moment to witness these other races living heaven on earth while my people trapped in the matrix. Searching for guidance and answers within your pages. Then I come across this and I can't help but to think, am I Esau? Just say it. Just say it. I'm a man, I can take it. Am I Esau? Just tell me the truth. It's okay. I can find my own way. Am I Esau? Just say it. Kept my faith through your slavery. Praise you after they hanged me. Am I Esau? You said you would never leave or forsake me, but why does it feel like you hate me, Lord? You said you loved Jacob but hated Esau before either committed any deed. Likewise, me and my melanin brothers and sisters would be considered before conceived. You said you destroy everything you try to build, but looking at my neighborhood, thinking about how I should feel. Remember Trayvon got killed, they let him go, gave him a meal, he said it was God's will. And I've been waiting like 4, maybe 5 years for you to set the record straight and make your position clear. Should I keep waiting and remain patient, or have you made your decision? Cause God don't make no mistakes. And if that's really how you feel, then do I need your love if you don't make consequences for those who keep mistreating us? And tell me why I gotta die before I see your blessings. And that's the reason I'm battling with this question. Am I Esau? Just say it. Just say it. I'm a man, I can take it. Am I Esau? Just tell me the truth. It's okay. I can find my own way. Am I Esau? Just say it. Kept my faith through your slavery. Praise you after they hanged me. Am I Esau? You said you would never leave or forsake me, but why does it feel like you hate me, Lord? Sunlight making patterns inside the stainless window. Struggling with Romans 9:12. Lost in thoughts, staring at the ceiling. Realizing I don't know myself. Wondering if this could be the answer. Like never before, my faith is tested. Speaking for every black man, woman, and child, my Lord, I have a question.